guys, a quick little update to show you. I finished those, just haven't swum them yet. Got a boat, $400, Facebook Marketplace, come with a 44-pound thrust trolling motor. Plug the motor in and it actually works, surprisingly. Yeah, $400, 3.6 meter flat bottom punt. It's more like an American style John boat type thing. Probably should have got a video while it was on the ute, but I've no idea what make or model it is. There's a plate inside, but it doesn't say anything apart from a serial number on it. So, square nose. So, give you a bit of a close up. It's got some sort of shit there over a hole. I'm going to get that off and do it properly, or semi-properly. And then it's got another repair just there that they've actually done with a welder. Then it needs another one here. Bit of a crack. So yeah, apart from that, she's pretty beat to shit and the paint looks crap, but $400. Cheaper than I paid for the friggin' kayak. And literally all I need is a nice lithium battery to drive that and I'm on the water. Don't know how much of this I'll actually film about the bottom, but yeah, mainly going to focus on fixing that. I'm probably going to peel all this silicone off because most of that looks shit. Peel it off and probably do it with something like JB's Marine Weld or something. Just go around all the rivets to make sure they're watertight. This is where we're up to, digging out all this old silicone. Don't know whether that'll focus or not. So digging out all that old silicone, we're replacing it with this white stuff. T-Rex Powerflex. Fixes and bonds everything to everything. That's what was recommended. Trying to get that paint off with that sand, it was a freaking nightmare, so I ducked out to the shop, got a wire wheel. No, you're not supposed to use them on aluminium, but we're gonna strip some of this paint off so we can get the undercoat on. So one interesting thing I did come across when I started getting this paint off, the Haviland. So at least we've got a brand now, we can try and figure out what model it is. Alright, grinding all that paint off was harder than I thought it was going to be. Probably should have just got some paint stripper and done it that way, but so now got the task of wiping it down. So I'm going to wipe it down with thinners, let that dry, roll on some primer. So the primer I've gone for, I spoke to the guy at the paint shop. He said being fresh water and that this guy's not going to sit in the water non-stop. He goes, this will be more than sufficient. So if I've got enough, I'm going to prime the base as well. The underside, I wasn't going to paint the underside, but I think I might now. Might paint it black or something. Going with the grey. Don't know why, but he showed me a colour chart, right? I'll give you a sneak peek here. So I'm making a green. Don't know exactly what colour green. I'm hoping for something similar to this, maybe a little bit darker. Ryobi green. But he showed me a colour chart. Green over white and green over grey. The green over grey was brighter than the green over white, which did not make any sense to me. So that's what we're running with. Grey primer, green top coat. Let's get into it. So obviously, this boat being so beat up, unless I spent months trying to get it flat, nice, it's always going to look pretty beat up, so I'm fine with that. Paint everywhere by the ends of this. Already just got a little over my gloves. Alright, 2 hours for that to dry before I can put the colour on. But I want to see how correct this colour chart was. All glass, weatherfast, premium enamel, marker yellow. 1 litre. And I reckon if you add 100ml botany blue, wherever the label is. Where's the label? It's underneath. So 100ml of botany blue should give me a fairly decent green. We're going to test that, see how true that is. It's pretty much at this point in time, whatever the colour is that comes out is what I'm using. That is quite a yellow. Actually, I might mix up the blue first, just in case it's all settled at the bottom. I tried that new colour shift on a square bill. Quite nice, eh? Purple to green. Looks cool. That one's going in the personal stash. Might make a few more of them though. I like how that silver undercoat's see-through. Obviously if you don't go too heavy. Our paint shop guy was right, they only just allow enough room to do this. Botany blue, marker yellow. 100ml, 1 litre. Nice. Very green. I like it. Green and black are my favourite colours. Colour combo. Alright, it's been a few hours. Let's get some paint on her. So old mate at the shop was saying I probably need 2, maybe 3 coats of this, so go on thin. First layer's going to look a bit shit. That's coat number 1 on. So we're going black on the bottom. Alright, we get the old boat flipped over. It's cold as shit and it's raining, so beanie, flanny. Boat's flipped over, starting to work on the deck. It's not going as smoothly as I would hope. So the very first piece I went to put in, seat's bent as shit. So, a bit of box, a bit of angle, a couple of bits of T, just to suspend it off the bent seat. You'll see in a minute when we chuck it in. The box section I'm using is off a, we tried to get into the glass door business at work, but 8 years ago, didn't go down so well, so all the stock's been sitting around for 8 years, so I took some. Boss said I could take some, but took a couple of pieces of that to build the casting deck. So that seat there is bent. It's bent that way, as well as that way across the boat. Makes it real hard to put something onto. So this piece tucks in behind the side support, tucks in there, and because it's suspended up in the air, these little sections hold these pieces. So that's now supporting that. So once I mount all that in, and that'll be pretty much self-supported deck then, just off that. Once you get down to this next step, it's just going to be screwed straight into it. It's still not level, but it looks alright. Yeah, first step down. Many, many more to go. That's all I've left out of 100 rivets. Doing them by hand with this fucking thing. Saw. Ouchie saw. But let's get her in there. Oop, kayak. That's me done for the night. Clean up first, but so one big hatch at the front opening forwards, two hatches there in the center opening from the center out. On that double overlap in the center because there's not going to be a timber strip up the center, just door to door. So nice big solid strong, it's not going to flex, should be good, should be good. Next step I've got to come through and drill and screw all this down. Just going to screw it straight into the seat. Anywhere that's going to have a screw that's got a big gap under it, I'll pack it. Like anywhere like that. It's down in the center, massive gap, I'll pack it out, then I'll screw it down. Yeah, interesting. What's that? Uh-oh. That's going to be a fun job. Glued and screwed. So, hopefully it's in the right spot because there's a shit ton of glue under it. So because I'm not 100% confident the boat's actually square, I'm going to measure from the center point out to the edges. I don't know, 6 different spots, then just sort of curve it, connect the dots. Alrighty, so that's the holes cut. So plenty of overlap on the frame for the wood to sit on. So that'll all get screwed down to the frame. You see how crooked that is. Not too bad for a bloody jigsaw though. Back in the shed again. So I didn't film that, but I'll show you the look. So I went around with a flush trim router, squared up all the edges, so there's probably about a 3 to 4 millimeter gap all the way around them now. Make them hinge open nicely. So yeah, they've all had 2 coats of epoxy now. So first coat was that, penetrates the wood real nicely. Second coat's just random epoxy I've got lying around. This was when I was trying to figure out which epoxy I wanted to go with for the lures. Ended up with like 3 or 4 different brands. Spent a fucking shitload of money. Not many of them worked. So hatches, main subfloor with a nice looking pattern in the ply. That's the underside. And then the main frame. And I started coming through with the wire brush, cleaning this up on the inside. I'm only going to paint down to the floor level. I'm going to leave everything underneath it raw. Probably clean out all the shit, maybe. Yeah, that's where we're up to. It's not a how-to build, I'm just showing you my build, so you might pick up a little tip or trick here or there, but I got no fucking idea what I'm doing. I'm just winging it. And the main purpose of this build, I'm trying to do it cheap, so all this aluminium I got lying around is just weird offcuts or special orders we had at work that never actually went anywhere. So trying to do it as cheap as possible. Day after that, I'm probably going to start painting the scales up the side. Starting at the rear, scale, 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 gill plate, eyeball. Eye will be about here somewhere. I was going to paint a mouth, but I don't think I'm going to do the mouth. I'm going to just put a big old eye about there somewhere. Big eye, gill plate around this seat. And scales all the way up to that. Alright, quick little update. I haven't been filming everything because I've just been friggin' winging it. So I've primed all the inside above the deck. I'm not painting below the deck, that's just going to stay dirty and muddy. It's obvious this boat's had a lot of water in it at one point, but hopefully that doesn't mean it sinks. But I framed up the rear deck. I haven't cut the timber for that yet. All these panels out here, they're all pretty much sitting there ready to go in. Got my 2 rolls of EVA. So I went with a grey with black lines. I'm at the point where I'm going to start painting the outside. So I've made a couple of stencils. Yeah, first I've got to give it a quick sand, rough it up a little bit. I'm going to paint it, then clear coat it. Hey guys, so it's pretty slow progress. Just working on this in my spare time when I can. So last you've seen, I put the gills on. I'm about to get set up now to start painting some scales up the side of this boat. I've already done the other side, so I know how long it takes, and yeah, she's a bit of a task. So yeah, probably film this and just like montage it real quick, but it took me about 2.5 hours to do the other side. Yeah, enjoy. That took forever. That stuff I was using is vinyl transfer tape. Works pretty well as a stencil. Like a massive, probably 200 meter roll of it, 150 mil wide. I've never tried to use it as a stencil before, but that worked awesome. Alright, now's the next fun part. Texturing the scales. I'd hate to know how many there are, but I've got to do them one by one. Alright, so the plan is, there's a little spider web ribbon mesh shit. Iridescent violet. Every single scale, little splotch. I'll set these up and get a couple of them done, but I'm not going to record all of it. It's going to take forever. Oh, it's going to be real hard getting these ones around there. I'm literally just going to hold it tight and give it one blast in the center. Lucky I done that. Still had black in the brush. Like that. That's going to take some time. We'll get back to you soon. I'm not going to record all that. Just putting a bit of texture on the front here. Thought I'd chuck the camera on and give you guys a look. So, from a distance close up, just gets different pattern. And you run out of paint. Detail moss green. Done a pretty ugly pattern on the back I'm not happy with, so I might actually paint over it. It's very, I don't know, hippie like. I don't like it. Might just use that same mesh and just go over it with something. Alright, let's work on getting this eye stencil stuck on. So I've just drawn that little crosshair. I've also drawn some squares on here. Apart from that, it's just going to be eyeball. I'm happy with it. See what I was saying about, I don't know whether I'll put a mouth on. There's not a lot of room left here to do it. It'll look a bit funny, I think. So, what colour? Might go pearl black, I think. One, because I've already got it sitting here, and two, because it's already sitting here. So this is sort of transparent, so it's going to have to take a couple of layers. But this is just solid black. Do a bit of shadowing around the outside so I can line the other stencil up. It was going to get shadowed eventually anyway, so. So I don't 100% know if I need to keep this stencil or not, or whether that's the last time I'll need it. A lot of that paint splatter is still wet, so I don't really want to take it off just yet. I guess I can take the stencil off now, can't I? I just can't put the new one back on. Let's try. It's going to be super hard lining this up, because there's not really any reference points on it. Risky one. What? There's iridescent red, iridescent orange, and then I went carmine wicked red, I think it's called. Detail carmine, sorry. I went and put the pattern in it. And then I used Autoborn Sealer White to do more pattern. And then I've got iridescent yellow. I'm just going to come through and highlight and splatter and go around the ring. Freaking Eye of Sauron type shit, isn't it? I'm thinking about putting some black dots around here. Detail smoke black. That's going to do it before I go too far. Let's peel these stencils off. Now that's going to do me for tonight. Alright, deck's all fully screwed in, hinged up, holes cut. That one's screwed in, this one took a bit of figuring out. I had to get pretty weird with the latch on it because I can't hinge it because of the cross. I had to screw these tabs with holes in them and then put screws here, half screwed in, that these latch onto. So when I'm going down the road it won't fly out. Yeah, time to cut up some foam and start getting that in there. Haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do it just yet. I've got a plan, but I suppose all you can do is start with a plan. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. The next part's going to be hard because I've got to cut one full strip off and leave the black line, just so I can butt it up against this one and then seam it. Alright guys, time to put a logo on it. Got on the vinyl cutter, cut out some logos, cut out some social media. So we'll give her a quick wipe down with ISO and get them on. Pretty spiffy. Don't know whether you're actually getting that colour, but it's an opal holographic and then just chrome. Alright guys, here she is, unhatched. Plenty of room for batteries. Probably going to end up putting two 120s in it, 120 amp hour lithiums. Hatches up there. Beautiful. Took a lot of fiddling around with these hatches, right? The eBay ones, so they work on 12mm timber. They don't. So I had to make that aluminium backing plate and make them work. Took a lot of dicking around to get those latches in the right spot too. But they work and they're good. Alright guys, that's going to wrap this one up. So for the physical build, we are pretty much 100% complete. Now I'm on the hunt for a trailer. So I've been scouring Facebook Marketplace. I found a couple I'm going to have a look at through the week. I want a cheap, shitty trailer so I can cut it up and fix it. Make it suit this thing. Next will be electronics, I guess. Get battery and isolator switch and all that sort of stuff. Probably sounder. Maybe some nav lights. So the whole point and purpose I went behind this boat, my dam's electric only. So small boat, electric motor, doesn't need rego. I don't need a license. I don't have either of those. So yeah, little electric weapon. So I'm going to end up putting probably two 120 amp hour batteries in it. I'll see how I go with one, but I've got room down the back to put a second one. So alright, the next video I'll probably be doing electronics. That'll be a while away now because I went over my budget quite a bit. So save a bit more coin, sell a few lures, and get on to doing the electronics. Alright, cheers for watching. Catches.